Aquaman 2 is the type of film you watch if you're a fangirl or you hate yourself, and cutting just isn't enough anymore.
Stop him!
The film is directed by James Wan, best known for horror films such as The Conjuring, Malignant, Saw. Aquaman and the Last Kingdom is a horror to sit through. It also explains the weird zombie fish people angle at the end of the film. I don't know who thought hiring a horror director to direct a superhero film was a good idea, but they deserve a swift kick in the nuts. Rumor has it Jason Momoa had more input into the Aquaman character, and he did what every Hollywood celebrity does in this day and age. Played the character as himself. This is a brave and bold film tactic that The Rock uses. Other celebrities best known for playing themselves in films, Chris Pratt comes to mind.
What is this place?
When he played Mario as himself, sheer genius. Oh, Seth Rogen, remember that one? Oh man, can't get enough of a fat, untalented Jew, can you?
Stop him!
Should be considered an act of terrorism and he should be treated as such.
They said I wouldn't shit on him. I spread my cheeks and hit him with an absolute screamer. Little bro was emaciated.
Did you know that Aquaman's favorite drink of choice is Guinness beer?
Cheeseburger and a pint of Guinness.
Coincidentally, this is also Jason Momoa's favorite drink too.
Is in my fridge? Here's my fridge.
What staples do you always have in the fridge?
Everything a growing boy needs. Water. Don't want another, baby? You don't like plastic?
What would we always see in your fridge?
Pre-workout, post-workout.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips for the perfect ear fit. These earbuds are so comfortable, and they will not budge, trust me. They also offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. Raycons are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium brands. It's no wonder that the Raycon everyday earbuds have over 78,000 5-star reviews. There's 3 customizable sound profiles, earbud tapping functions, and noise isolation plus awareness mode. Awareness mode just in case you want to listen to music but be aware of what your pet's doing. Like, you know, your dog stealing cat turds out of the litter box. I use my Raycons while running with the miniature wolf in the snowy wastelands of upstate New York. Did I forget that the everyday earbuds are also Siri and Alexa compatible? I know a lot of people use that. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/itsagundam to get 15% off your Raycons today. Don't forget, it has a 30-day money-back guarantee with a free return policy. You can't lose. Because whenever he does a video or an interview about his lifestyle, because he's so cool, you'll hear about Guinness beer. He has the same energy as King Cobra JFSC when it comes to tactical soap.
I'm telling you right now, YouTube, if you don't get some of this tactical soap for yourself, you're being an absolute tool, my dude.
This film had more pacing issues than a one-legged man in a 2-hour marathon. This was a problem born from Warner Brothers scrambling to delete Amber Heard scenes from the film when Johnny Depp won the court case. When the writers found out they had to redo the entire film without Amber Heard, they were more confused than a blind man in a shootout trying to fix this mess.
Quality.
Before you know it, there are subplots, like giant bugs in some random island no one knows about that has King Kong energy. They were mutated by some power source created by the Atlanteans, and it was worse than nuclear energy, yet they still look down on humans. This is what I call bad writing. It's so hard to read this and seem like I'm remotely interested in not just reading. The desert scene where the ocean master falls into like this body of water and he's all skinny and emaciated like Eugene Clooney, right? But then the water washes over him and then he jumps out of the water and he's buff as shit. It was peak cinema. I heard Martin Scorsese was rumored to have vomited in his ass after viewing the film. You know what also is funny? Patrick Wilson actually got fit for the role in the film, while they just stuffed Jason Momoa in muscle suits repeatedly. At this point, the film turns into a buddy cop fish movie with Momoa and Wilson. At times, it felt like this movie was completely and utterly ad-libbed. This wasn't an Aquaman movie at all. It should have been called Jason Momoa and the Last DC Paycheck. There was one other guy in the theater who would occasionally cough to remind me that I wasn't alone. The more intense fight scenes were all CGI'd. At least they forced the women in the Marvels to pretend to play fight. I don't know who thought that a CGI fight scene of this caliber was a great idea when the VFX artist team literally looked like they were independent contractors hired from Fiverr. At the end of the film, when the zombie fishman was finally freed from his icy prison, he was defeated within seconds. It had Snook energy from The Last Jedi. It really made you think, what was the whole point of this? But I'm not going to ad-lib the script, because this movie isn't worth the brain power. The movie ends as poorly as it was written, living and dying on exposition. Jason Momoa gives a speech to the world that Atlantis exists, and that he is Aquaman, while Steppenwolf's Born to Be Wild plays in the background. This film has the same soundtrack as Guardians of the Galaxy, essentially. As the movie credits rolled, I started to think to myself, this was the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Aquaman 2 is worse than the Marvels, and the box office is proof of it. Even thirsty middle-aged women couldn't keep this fish from going belly up.